All right. Greetings and salutations, everyone out there in the old interweb land. Happy Friday. Gonna take a minute here just to get some of you fine folks on. I am late. I apologize for my tardiness this Friday. Had a VA appointment this morning, last minute, and pretty good health, so I can't complain. It's a great start great start to a Friday. How's everybody doing? Where are you at? Where are you watching? When you jump on, say hello. Let me know you guys are out there. And I want to recap. I'm gonna start the show off here in a little bit. We're gonna recap some stuff that we did last week down in Tampa. I want to share some of the just share the experience with what we had with Team ADDO. So, funny story, true story, right, Laura? Good morning. Thank you. Train horn at school drop off. No, you didn't. Today? No, not today. Was it today? Did it happen today, Laura? Oh God. So I've known Laura. Laura and I've been friends for, geez, I don't know, 12, 13 years. And a few YouTube train horn stuff. It's funny. Funny stuff. Anyway. um Oh, good stuff. So, what's everybody got going on? 16 years? Has it been that long? I guess so, because Jeffrey was little. My goodness. Oof. 16. Here's to you, my friend. Appreciate you. I've had a lot of good laughs over the years. So, it's Friday. I'm happy. We had a great trip last week. As you can see, I'm back in the home office this week. And it's been the last couple of weeks have been good, blessed. Last week in Tampa, and this was right obviously before the hurricanes. I want hope all of you that are affected by that are okay. I got a lot of friends down there still that live down there. I've been checking in with them. So, but last week at Tampa, last Friday, I talked about that last Friday night. We were going to the All Heroes welcome ball that's put on by Team ADDO. Team ADDO, great organization. Check them out. Go to teamaddo.org. And every year, this is like their big event each year. They do a fishing tournament. And we had like 300 anglers, over 60 boats that took veterans out to fish in the bay in Tampa there. But I'm going to start with Friday night, because Friday night was their welcome ball. And everybody got dressed up, looking nice. Everybody was, dressed to the T in their suits. The ladies had their evening gowns on. And let me tell you something. It was so much fun this year. It's been fun every year. This is my third year going, but this year tops them all, I think. And Friday night was absolutely amazing. There was 300 people. They had a live auction. They had silent auction items. They had grab bags that they were giving everybody on the way out at the end of the evening. They had a great speaker, a retired sergeant major, who did a phenomenal job. And, my hat's off to Team ADDO. James Boggs is a good friend of mine, and the team over there at that organization. And actually, I'm wearing a Team ADDO hat. This is one of their hats, so check that out, and you can get yours. And if I'm just going to put this out there, that if you are looking for a nonprofit organization to donate to or whatnot, check them out. They have a monthly thing that you could donate to. But it was so much fun. We got dressed up. The family was down there. We took pictures. They raised $80,000. $80,000 in one night. And that's phenomenal because what they use that money, it goes towards like their veterans closet, and they help suit up transitioning veterans getting ready, coming out of the military, going into their next career and whatnot. So it hands out fun time. Friday night. Saturday, the waves were a little rough, but a lot of teams went out. All the teams that went out had a great time. You know, we had in my boat. We were on fish for a little bit. Missed a few big ones, but everybody had a good time. It's just a well put together weekend, and absolutely had a blast. So Team ADDO, James, if you're watching this, thanks, brother. Appreciate everything that you guys do for the veteran community, and looking forward to more events that you guys put on. So everybody, if you get a moment sometime today or over the weekend, go check out Team ADDO, please. Today is International Podcast Day. Why is that important? Because that's what we do. That's what we do. We've been doing it now for nearly a decade. Been behind the mic for almost a decade, and absolutely love it. Love coming on, doing shows. I love helping people create their podcasts and help them with their shows. So, and we have people worldwide. So, all of you, even though our friends across the pond, happy International Podcast Day. Tomorrow is International Coffee Day. Now, yesterday was National Coffee Day here in the United States, but tomorrow, I didn't post anything because I was slacking. I'm not gonna lie. Throw myself under the bus. I was slacking, but tomorrow is International Coffee Day, and folks, we got coffee. We got coffee. These are our sample packs. This is our flagship blend called Heroes United. I'm gonna throw that up there for you. And if you would like, tomorrow, stay tuned, because when I post tomorrow, I'm going to post a picture of these packets. And if you reply with, I want one, you're going to get a sample pack. You got to pay for shipping, but I'm going to send you a sample pack. So you got to stay tuned tomorrow to see if you want some coffee. What else? I think that's it for the news. Listen, last day of September, this entire month has been PTSD Awareness Month or Suicide Awareness Month. Excuse me, sorry. And one of the things that I think is important that I want to bring up is, they say it's okay not to be okay, and you're not alone. So do a buddy check, and it could be anybody, whether you're in the military, not in the military. If you've gone through some type of traumatic experience, there's a lot of things out there now that help people, and it's not always, pumping a bunch of medications and stuff like that. There's hypnotherapy has helped a lot of people. There's a slew of other things that are out there. So I encourage you, if you're feeling down and out or whatnot, talk to somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. So just want to throw that out there. Okay, let's get into the shows, and let's find out what you guys missed. A lot of cool shows this week. Arms Room Show. I'm going to start out with the Arms Room Show this week because they did discussing how many magazines you really need to own and how many you really need to carry. Now, what they're talking about there is for you guys that carry every day, or if you go hunting or whatnot, and if you're just starting to get into firearms or learning more about firearms, this is the show that you want to follow. And if you want to do any type of training, contact the Arms Room Show. They have a company called Independence Training, and they're phenomenal. I've trained with these guys. These group that I go to if I have any type of firearms questions. So check them out. That's the Arms Room Show. Next up, yours truly, the Decision Hour. This one here, I'm telling you, you're going to want to take notes. This one here, we talked about climate change, combating climate change with regenerative agriculture. All right. If you're not familiar with this, you definitely want to learn more about this. It's a question that a lot of people are asking. There hasn't really been a whole lot of information out there quite yet. But my buddy AJ Richards, longtime friend AJ Richards, comes on the show with me this week. We sit down because he's been working on some new project, and he educates us on what climate change really is and what regenerative agriculture can do to help. We're talking about going into it like a desert, barren land, nothing's growing, and within 1 year you can have grass grow and stuff like that. And how do they do that? You do that through ruminating animals like goats, cows, buffalo, stuff like that, and it can restore deserts into grasslands. And you don't hear a lot about this. It's very unfortunate that we're not hearing this, and I won't try to get too political today, but you put two and two together. So AJ and his business partners, they bought a USDA meat processing plant up in Cody, Wyoming, and they did that so they could vertically integrate the food supply chain, fix and correct the food sovereignty that we're lacking in the country because of all the globalization that's going on. Listen, this is one of the most fascinating things that I have learned in the last several years on this regenerative agriculture. And we talk about like what they're doing, like taking cattle and stuff out into the desert in Nevada, northern Arizona, or down southern Arizona. And there was a gentleman that he brings up that was just recently up where he was, and they did a comparison where this guy's land, it was all desert at one time, but this guy's land, his fence line, is all grass now. Everything is grass on his side, and just on the like one step over from the fence line, it's all desert, dirt, nothing. So it can be done. It's pretty freaking awesome. So I think it's something that everybody needs to at least check out. Take a listen to it. That's this week's Decision Hour. Andrew, good morning, brother. How are you? Appreciate you jumping on. Thank you. What do we have next? Next we have, we got some new shows coming up. Make sure you check out, stay tuned for Fight in the Shade by our friends over at Arc of Justice. Also, we have Rise Up, Life on Fire from our friends over at Battle to Be. Another great organization. Krista is doing some phenomenal things over there. Please go check them out, battletobe.org. And they got some new content that's coming up next week. My man, Steven Williams. What's up, brother? How you doing? I'm about to ramp up my food process. Yeah, buddy. I hear what you're saying. I love it. November is going to be a good time because it's hunting season. Those of you that don't know, November is usually, hunting season for us Midwesterners. So, all right. Hey, don't forget, guys. Also, if you want coffee, we got coffee. You can go to hmgbeverage.com. I know, shameless plug, whatever. I don't care. It's my show. hmgbeverage.com. Get your coffee today. Next up, we have Time to Shine Today with our buddy Scott Ferguson. This week, he has Tammy. She's a career transition and business success coach, energy shifter, and a speaker who inspires successful professionals who are dreaming to resign and do something new. Tammy helps guide her clients through the sometimes overwhelming prospect of changing careers or starting a new business. Really great episode. Lots to learn through this one. So good job, Fergie. This is this week's Time to Shine Today. What else we got here? Boom, boom. Next up, we got Because Bikers Matter. This week, learn something exciting developments at what the American Legion and Des Plaines Post 36 for the next year with the traveling Korean War Memorial. This is actually really cool. And if you're a biker, or if you ride, or thinking about riding or whatnot, you definitely want to follow Dave and the Because Bikers Matter podcast. This is a really cool episode. Check it out. All right, this next one is pushing back chaos, and we're facing fear. That's the topic this week. Facing fear. Everyone has something that they're scared of, right? We all do. It follows you throughout the day and goes into bed with you at night. Just the thought of it can bring anxiety, uneasiness, stress, or even pain. But when we take a step back, what is fear, really? I mean, honestly, what is fear? It is some invisible force acting upon us. Is it an invisible force acting upon us, or is it our own actions and perceptions that put ourselves in that worrisome space? They have a very special guest that's on this week. Melon was off doing stuff that Melon does. This week it was Raph and Mike, and they were joined by their friend BJ Finney, who is a former NFL offensive lineman. BJ's a cool dude. And they discussed some of the questions. What is fear? Why do I feel the way that I do with fear? And what can I do to approach it and conquer it? So, cool episode by Pushing Back Chaos. I want a little caveat here. Raph was actually down last weekend, so I got to meet Raph for the first time. Solid dude too. So this was a great episode about fear. So I guess my question to you guys is, what do you think fear is? I'd love to see a comment. If you guys are on or whatnot, you watch this, what do you think fear is, and how do you overcome your fear? That's this week's Pushing Back Chaos. Next up, jeez, The Power of Investing in People podcast with Shay Sparks. Daniel Faust, he's a author, speaker, training professional with over 22 years of combined experience. He is also an Air Force veteran. He's been serving the Air Force since 2000. Daniel's currently in. He's no stranger to this platform either. So check that out. Shay interviews Daniel this week on the Power of Investing in People podcast. Oscar Mike Radio is up next. He did a live show last night with two guests, Walter and Pat. And you can check that show out on his Facebook page. World War II veterans, really cool. I love interviewing and talking to World War II vets and Korean vets and Vietnam vets. Those older vets or whatnot they got some really, I don't want to say cool stories, but it's just kind of like, wow, just a different time, and it's neat listening to their stories and stuff. What do we have here? Stephen, fear, natural human reaction, self-hurt. Oh yeah, amen to that. See, that's a good answer. Oh, good morning, Chris. How are you, sir? I heard Raph was the guy. Chris, I don't understand, but there was a bunch of guys walking around, and they were calling him the Spanish Fly and stuff. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what that means, but they were calling Raph the Spanish Fly. So I don't know. That's something that we're gonna have to talk with him offline, I guess. Apparently. So next, moving on, we got the Ubaldo reports, just facts, no fiction. These guys, it's both sides of the aisle, and I love this political type show. Because they dig into what's really going on and things that you're not going to see or hear on TV. So check it out. It's the Baldy Reports. The Spanish boat. Next up, we got License for Love. This week's topic is GI Dad. Dads are a big deal, right? I think so. For some, we never know how big of a deal they are until we feel the full absence of their presence. Whether that's because they're never around or because their presence is missed when it counts the most. Either way, fathers are always teaching lessons. We try to. So what does that mean to be a dad and to be a dad in the military? Well, U.S. military service member Jordan Hamilton answers this question in his own way and has some very interesting things to say. That's this week's License for Love. Check it out. Listen, you guys, I'll put all the links in here like I do after the show every week, but you can check out all the shows at heroesmediagroup.com. Make sure you check all these shows out. These are great shows. Appreciate all of them. Christina, good morning, dear. How are you? Appreciate you jumping on. Let me see here. What else we got? The People's Patriot Project with We Got Your 6 at 6 every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. They've been on the road here recently. I think they were just down in Nashville, so I'm sure they got some cool stuff coming up this weekend. So make sure you check them out. They do like a round table. You can watch their show live on their Facebook channel, The People's Patriot Project. Check it out. Next up, we have the MSEC podcast from our friends over at Military Child Education Coalition. This week, it's special guest Chris. He is a hidden helper, a military teen caregiver to his veteran dad. His raw honesty is painful to hear, but so necessary for us to better understand and support our military families. It's the families often get forgot, but like you have the service member that is doing their job and doing their duty, but you also have the family that's going through stuff as well. And a lot of the times it's the kids. It's, these kids military kids are absolutely amazing because they go through so much. So this was a really awesome interview by a very young man who's helping out his veteran father. So check it out. It's the MSEC podcast. Next up, Environmentally Speaking. This show is getting better and better each week. And I think they're up to this is like episode 53. They've been doing this for a year now. And this week's topic is renewable energy. It's in the news. It's in the headlines. But there's not a lot of information that's available about it right now. So in this episode, they're going to provide some background on the history of energy on the planet and then talk about some of the more popular renewable energy sources and projects that are out today. So check that out. That's this week's Environmentally Speaking. What do we got here? Well, women expressions on leadership, learning, and liberty. This week, John speaks with Lainey. She left the military following the birth of her daughter, returned to school to complete her master's degree in business and communication. After graduating, she founded the Curse Corner, where she shared her experience in the Army and used podcasting, writing, and art to bring awareness to tough topics such as domestic violence, veteran suicide, military sexual violence, and some other issues faced by service members and veterans. She's an author of several books, 2 memoirs, 2 poetry books relating to military service and domestic violence. Eye-opening episode. Check it out. That's this week's Let me see here. We have next up the Label Free podcast. She's been doing a bunch of shows throughout the week, and it's freaking awesome. So what I want you guys to do is check out Label Free podcast. Let me see if I can pull this up.
Good, everyone. This is your host, Deanna Redolest.
My audio's kicking in. Most recent one was earlier this week. Linda Binns is an accomplished energy coach, speaker, and author. As introverted, highly sensitive, and empathetic person, she understands how difficult it can be to thrive in a world that sees you as being very different. As someone who is not expected to succeed, she has overcome a whole bunch of challenges and expectations. She's a professional, she's an entrepreneur, and she's helping a lot of other people get through kind of their ins and outs right now. So check that out. Label Free Podcast. They put she's averaging like 3 shows a week. She's got some great content. Please go check that out. Honorable mentions, we got the Live Free series, God's Good Table, the Carry On Podcast, and Wake Up with Patty Catter. All of them have some new stuff that's coming out, so stay tuned for that. I got to give a shout out to our friends over at Simper Savage, best salad dressing and marinades on the planet. You can go get yours today. Just go to simpersavage.com. Also want to give a shout out to my buddy Anthony. He's our tax guy. He's actually the tax guy. My Tax Fella. That's the name of his company. My Tax Fella. Go check him out. If taxes are right around the corner. They're coming up here in a couple months. And if you're a business owner, go check them out. They do all of our bookkeeping. They've been doing my stuff for all of my businesses for the last 5-6 years. So check them out, My Tax Fella. JB Auto Clothiers, got to give them a shout out. They were one of the sponsors last week down in Tampa. And of course, our sister company, HMG Beverage. We got the coffee. It's the good stuff, folks. It is the good stuff. Oh, God, it smells so good. So I'm going to be, tomorrow is, I said earlier, tomorrow is International Coffee Day. Yesterday was National Coffee Day, but I'm going to do something for International because I got folks overseas that orders our coffees and stuff. We're going to do a special tomorrow. So stay tuned tomorrow. So when you see a post on this Facebook page with our coffee, this label on it, you're going to be able to get your hands on some coffee at a discounted price, and might throw something in there free as well. Malachias, what's up, dude? Appreciate you jumping on, brother. What else? That's it. End of September already. October. Who's ready for it? Fall time. It was like 45 this morning out here. Whew. It's cold. Those of you in the Tampa area, love you guys. I'm hugging y'all. Stay safe down there. But that's it, folks. That's all the time that we have. If you are interested in starting a podcast, reach out to us. Something that we definitely help you out with. Steven, he was on here. I don't know if he's still on, but he's in this thread. Commented earlier. He is one of our producers, and he does a fantastic job with stuff. He truly is a professional. We're lucky to have him. If you are an author and you want to convert your book to an audio book, reach out to us. We work with authors directly in helping you get your audiobook put out. And if you don't want to read it, we also have talent available as well. So just go to heroesmediagroup.com and check that stuff out to see what you could do to become part of the HMG family. So what do we got? That's about it. That's it. That's all I got. It's good times. There's stuff going on this weekend. If you guys got stuff going on this weekend in your neck of the woods, post it down below. We want to hear about it, all right? Until next week, God bless you. God bless America. Love y'all. Stay safe. We'll see you next week.